Hi everyone. So I hope I'm live and audible and visible. Let me quickly check. So I opened up the page, but let me also check if I'm audible and visible. All of you, all those who are here, can you quickly give me a yes or a no? So I'll know who all are visible and who all are audible and if I am audible or not. So let's get started. Hi and welcome to this session on CAT VRC previous year questions. We are discussing the patterns for different exams and everything related to various exams. So therefore, the previous session also we discussed some past year questions. Today and in the subsequent session also we will be discussing several past year questions so that you get acquainted to the type of questions that are there in each of our exams and that we are using to solve. So hello and welcome everyone. My name is Abhilasha. Before we begin, I'm going to ask you to like the session, also to share the session with others in your group so that people can come in and join. Also remember to subscribe to our session, because if you don't subscribe then you will not be able to participate in the chat that is going on. And also remember to hit the bell icon, because of course the bell icon allows you to get notifications for the next session. So over these 3-4 sessions that we have done, we have discussed CAT 25, the pattern of ZAT, NMAT, SNAP, and also we are looking at the different types of questions that you get in these examinations. The idea behind looking at these questions is that you will get comfortable and you will be able to subsequently solve questions of this type, because now you already know that these are types that will be there. As we already know, in CAT there are 4 question types or 5 question types that you get reading comprehension and you get verbal ability questions, that is questions based on parajumbles, parasummary, odd one out, and sentence placement. While in the other exams such as ZAT and MAT, SNAP and all, you also get questions based on grammar. So sentence correction, error identification, fill in the blanks based on grammar. Then you also get questions on vocabulary, so word meanings, synonyms, antonyms, uh, idioms, phrases, phrasal verbs. So all of those can come in direct questions, can come via fillers, can come via match the followings. All of these types of questions are there in your exams. And then of course you also have verbal reasoning, or what you call critical reasoning, so passage based CR, uh, where you strengthen an assumption, weaken an assumption, an argument, you identify the assumptions, you find the conclusions. So all of that is also there. Identifying what is the cause, what is the effect, identifying assertion, reason questions, statement, assumption, direct questions, strong and weak arguments, FIJ, degree of truth, and all of those are also there. So all of that type of questions you will find in your exams, and you will find them in a big way. ZAT also has poem RCs, and therefore all of these types of questions are types that you get comfortable in once you are preparing for any of the MBA entrances. The idea is when you're writing CAT 25, you will also write other exams such as ZAT, such as NMAT, and such as SNAP. So these are the 3 minimum exams that you're going to be writing along with CAT. So all of these you need to be comfortable in, and that is why I'm giving you this familiarity into the different PYQs. I hope this makes sense to you. I'm just waiting for others to join in, and then we can quickly get started with the session so that um, we are able to do the most and gain the most from this session. Let's get started. We'll discuss our questions. It's already 5 minutes past the time, so let us start the question types and let us look at what all questions are there as part of this exam. So here I have got with me some very interesting questions from different exams which will help you understand the patterns and what all you need to do while you're solving these. Okay, so here is a question based on grammar. This of course is a question based on articles. I know We have done articles. We'll do articles while we're studying grammar. Let's quickly take a look. All of you, all those who are here, can you quickly give me an answer to this question? Come on, guys. He is dash honorable man. So choices are a and the or none of these. So tell me what the correct answer should be. Very quickly. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, online guy says and I'm getting my answers. I'm waiting for another 30 seconds for my answers. If I get that, then it's good. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome guys. Quickly give me an answer to this question. He is a honorable man. He's an honorable man. He's the honorable man, or none of these will work. Well, remember in articles there are two types of articles. You have the definite article, which is the, which refers to a specific person, and you have the indefinite articles, and an. Remember, is used with consonants, or rather with consonant sounds, and an is used with vowel sounds. Okay, so any word that starts with a vowel sound takes an an. So therefore, because honorable, the h is silent, the word is pronounced as honorable, and therefore we will go with he is an honorable man. And I think I've got both my answers as correct answers. Very good. So he is an honorable man. B is the correct answer. All right, let's look at the next question, guys. Okay, so yeah, so B is the correct answer. All right, now look at this question. So there are two blanks in this sentence, and both the blanks we've given you four options to pick and choose from. So the question says choose the correct set of alternatives to fill in the blanks. Remember, there can be more than one type of filler. So you can have a single blank filler, you can have a multiple blank filler, and so on. Okay, so let's take a look. Although many of the members were something about the impending deal, others were something about the benefits it would bring. So, what should the correct answer be? Let's take a moment and solve it. Waiting for all your answers, guys. I'm waiting for your answers, everyone. Should it be euphoric or confident? Oh, I've started getting answers. Online guy says C. Somavo says B. Okay, I'm getting answers. Others, I'm waiting for your answers. All right. Akshay says A. Okay. I'm waiting for my answers. Others, quickly say, give me an answer. Samrat says B. All right, let's take a look at this question. So this is although, the word although I know is a contrasting conjunction. That means if the first set of words are positive, the second set of words are going to be negative, or vice versa. So if the first set of words is negative, the second set of words is going to be positive. So that means both the words cannot be in the same tone. So, for example, euphoric and confident cannot fit as an answer choice because both the words are in the same tone. So, therefore, I can eliminate this. Again, angry and skeptical cannot be an answer because both these words are also in different in the same tone. Both are negative. So, no. So, I am now looking at my other two choices. Although many of the members were optimistic about the impending deal, others were dubious about the benefits it would bring. Okay, that sounds good. Let me look at the other one also. Although many of the members were confused about the impending deal, others were pleased about the benefits. Now the problem is with confused and please, these two words are not really antonymous. They are in the same tone, both of them, as in they're both in opposite tones. The first is negative, the second is positive. They're not really antonymous. While optimistic and dubious are antonymous, optimistic is when you have a positive outlook, dubious is when you have a negative outlook or you're doubtful about it. So ideally, B should be the better answer. They were optimistic, they were hopeful the deal is impending, others were dubious or doubtful about the deal that would happen. So the correct answer ideally should be option number B. We have marked that as the correct answer. So good job, everyone. Samrat, Sumavo, very nice. Okay. All right. Let's look at the third question. Now, here the question is asking you to identify a summary of the paragraph. So the question says choose the statement that summarizes the above paragraph best. A paragraph has been given, and then four answer choices are given. You have to identify the best summary here. Okay. So let's take a minute and let's try identifying what the correct summary will be. Okay. So take a moment, read the passage, and then try and give me what the correct answer is going to be. I'm going to wait for your answers. Let's see if I'm getting some answers here. Okay, I've got one answer from Sumavo. He says C is the correct answer. I've got another answer from Samrat. He also says C is the correct answer. I'm waiting for the others, everyone. Can you give me an answer to this question? What is the correct summary? I'm waiting for your answers. The passage here says two recent World Bank studies, there are two studies on India's rapidly depleting water resources, have caused quite a stir. So something is happening, right? What is happening? More interesting is how water seems to have become the new focus area for bank assistance. So if the bank, you want assistance, you got to bring up water at 3.2 billion in 2005 to 8 from a mere 700 million in 1999 to 90 to 2004. So water has become important. Within water again, more money is going to rural water, large hydropower projects, and water resource management in poorer states. So that we are talking about water, we are saying that water is becoming a focus of attention and more attention. All right. So Mayank also says C is the correct answer. Let's quickly check out our options and see which one is the correct answer. So option number one says India's water resources are depleting. Yes, we said that, but is that the summary of the passage that came only in the first part? And we are talking about this issue about water. So not really one. Look at the two World Bank studies on India have caused quite a stir. So there is a problem that and it is causing a stir. Yes, again, but the author says more interesting is how water has become a focus area. So that means this is less interesting. So not really the summary of the passage. The World Bank assistance to India for developing water resources has increased more than four times for 2005 to 8 as compared to the prior period. Okay. I'll put a star on this. I'll look at other statements. Poorer states of India require water resource management projects such as they require. Well, the passage was not really about poorer states of India, so not really D. So the best answer here, yes, guys, is option number C. But let's understand this that this is not really the best summary for this passage, but of the options that we have, it is the best one. It's not a complete summary, because the complete summary should have said that there have been studies that are done, and from those studies we found that water has become a very important area for focus for the World Bank, and they're more concerned with rural areas and poorer states. So, rural areas and poorer states are focus of attention for the World Bank, which has 4 times quadrupled its assistance. So, that is what we were looking at. More completion to option number C. Maybe we could have added that rural and the poor states, but that's it. Otherwise, yeah, exactly, Sumavo, not the best option, but best of the choices that we have. And please understand, they don't ask you for the correct answer, they always ask you for the best summary or the best answer, best choice. So therefore you make the most of whatever is there. So C is the best choice for us currently, and therefore correct answer. Okay, all right, let's go to the next question. Question number, okay, I now put out the answer, so if you want you can take a look at the explanation and all of that later. Yes, elimination does work, that is the right one. Select two words which are most nearly the same in meaning or opposite in meaning. So you have to pick any two words which are either similar or antonymous in meaning: extravagance, edification, prodigality, and acrimony. And your choices are D, C, A, B, B, C, and C, A. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. All right, I've started getting some answers. Sumavo says B is the correct answer. Akshay, Samrat, online guy, waiting for your answers. All right, Samrat says C is the correct answer. Let's take a look. So all you needed to do was identify the meanings of the words and see which ones were synonyms or which ones were antonyms. And then you would have found the answer. So let's take a look at these words very quickly. Extravagance is when you're very lavish in spending and you spend like without thinking about it. Similarly, prodigality is also the same, when you think lavishly without thinking, right? Edification is to treat someone as a, with a lot of reverence, so to treat respectfully. Okay, and acrimony of course is when you fight with someone, so there's a lot of negative feeling, lot of bitterness, okay, or rancor. So here of course options A and B were synonyms. Okay, both of them had the same meanings, both of them meant spending without thinking. And you know which wedding we just think of when we think of extravagance or prodigality. So answer will be options A and B. Statement Option A and B. So therefore option B will be the correct answer. AB. Right? I hope you got that, everyone. I know, obviously, all of us know which wedding I'm talking about. There's only one wedding the world is talking about, isn't it? And because we are smart, we all know. Okay, oh, so this is prodigality, or this is extravagance, or lavish. That's how it is. All right, let's go to the next question. Here you are. So now this is an analogy. An analogy gives you a relationship and expects you to identify the relationship and see which set of words uses the same relationship. So hierarchy is to rank. What is the correct answer? Come on, guys. I hope all of you have started working on your vocabulary and reading. That's very important. I remember that. Also, from today, I'm going to set out some homework for you to do reading on your own. Okay. So every day, not every class that we have, I will set out one reading assignment for you, which all of you should do, so that we are all on the same page. Please understand that these are not separate classes. This is a proper course that I'm running, and that is why I'm doing these introduction classes also. So therefore we will cover the entire syllabus for you, but for that you also have to be committed, right? You have to be in class every week, and you have to make sure that whatever assignments I set out for you, you are able to do, and you're solving them with all seriousness. Okay, so that is the idea here. Make sure that you're doing all of this, and make sure that you're doing your assignments very, very sincerely and seriously. Okay, so that's that. Anyway, let's take a look at your answers. Am I getting some answers? Okay, Sumavo have given me has given me C as the answer. Let me see if online guy and Samrat and everybody else also give me C or some other answer. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, I've got another one C. Okay. Should I wait for others also? Let me take a look at these questions. Hierarchy and rank. Hierarchy means order, ranked means order. So you're saying that both the words are giving you a relationship of order. So synonymous words. Equation and solved are not synonyms, so I'll eliminate that. Critique is to analyze, biased is prejudice, so again, not synonyms. Chronology and sequential are synonyms. There is a specific order, time driven order, so therefore, yes, synonyms. Infinity is forever, fixed is there is a limit, so again, antonymous words there. So the correct answer, guys, will be chronology and sequential. Both the words are synonymous, and that will be the correct answer. All right. Let's go to the next question. Okay. So in this question, a punctuation mark is missing in the following sentence, and you have to spot which punctuation is missing. Okay. Is it an inverted comma? Is it a semicolon? Is it a comma, or is it a hyphen? Yes, Umavo, if you are a 24 aspirant, these questions are going to be very helpful for the OMETs. I am covering all the portions one by one. So if you keep coming in, yes, it's going to be helpful. Like these questions today are part of SNAP and NMAT. So very helpful. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, I'm waiting. So which punctuation mark is missing? Samrat says B, Sumavo says A. Let's take a look. What the correct answers. Others, please give your answers also. Now, what punctuation mark is missing? part of Australia is known to the natives as the outback. So the only one that is missing is the inverted commas here. The outback should be put in commas so that you specifically mark it out. The semicolon will only come when you are separating clauses. Okay, so the semicolon is used for separating clauses. Okay, or it may be used, so that's where you use it. A comma, of course, can be used to separate words, ideas, okay, clauses, phrases, and so on. A hyphen is generally used to uh, separate a definition of something. Okay, so therefore the hyphen is used there. Inverted comma, of course, when you wish to name something, you use the inverted comma, and therefore the correct answer will be option number A. Okay, so yes, I think I've got that somewhere. Yes, Sumabu, very good. Excellent. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay, so this is a small passage that I've got. I've divided it into three parts: part one, part two, and part three. It's not a very long passage, but there were I wanted to make it slightly bigger so that you could see it easily. So let's take a moment, read. I'll give you 1 minute every page. I'm going to remove myself from the screen and give you 3 minutes to read, and then we'll discuss the questions. Okay, so your time begins now. that you have read the passage, I'm going to take you to the question now. So here's your first question. What an interesting passage of how people are growing corneas in a petri dish and then subsequently implanting them. Okay, so here's your question. The question says, according to the article, Sangwan Vemuganti steam cutting edge procedure is considered a major advancement by experts because what is this reason why there is this is being considered a major advancement? Is it because they derive stem cells from embryos? Is it because their labs are customized? Is it because they regrow cells in hearts, brains, livers? Or is it that they derive stem cells from tissues of living adults and grow cells in labs? Waiting for your answers. This is a very nice set, guys. All right, I've got one answer. I'm waiting for the other answers also, guys. If you guys quickly give me your answers, then we can carry on. Samrat says D is the correct answer. Others, if you look at the passage, they had said that the stem cells are being derived from adult tissue. So, therefore, one is incorrect. Their labs are customized to grow stem cells, but not all stem cells. So, not two. They regrow cells in hearts, brains, and liver. Again, is incorrect. So, no. So, they derive stem cells from tissues of living adults and grow cells in labs is the correct answer. And therefore, D is the reason why this is considered a major advancement in experts by the experts. Okay. All right, let's look at the next question. Here you are. Question number 2. The Sangwan Vemuganti procedure is carried out on patients requiring any corneal transplant, patient with damaged corneas of any kind, or none of the above. Very quickly. Or damaged eyes of any kind. My bad. Option number 3. I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Come on, everyone. Is it any patients with any corneal transplant? No. Is it patients with damaged corneas? Uh, if you go back to the passage, you will be able to find out. And it says not just damaged corneas, it says damaged eyes of any kind. Okay. So, therefore, C is the correct answer. I don't think anyone has given me C as the correct answer. Well, that's okay. All right. The next one. The world recognizes this Indian innovation because Indian scientists are normally known for what? To be good at analyzing and finding out a method of how an existing drug is made. They're good researchers of drugs. They're good at carrying out experiments to create generic drugs, and they're able to carry out drug trials on large samples. Which of these is the correct answer? Come on, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. Come on, guys. So the passage has said this very clearly somewhere. If I were to take you back to the passage, and I will for a moment, what are the Indians well known for? See, this is where it was mentioned that Indians are well known for reverse engineering, meaning how they can deduce how drugs are made in order to produce generic versions. But in this case, Sangwan and Vemuganti, pathologists, developed a technique of their own from reading papers and running experiments in labs. Sangwan said he had a number of patients with burn eyes who could not get standard cornea transplants. So he persuaded Vemuganti to try growing corneas in her lab. You know how to grow cells, I know how to do the transplant. Why don't we work together? So this is where the answer should have come from, guys. Okay, so let's take a look at our options. So option number one says they are normally known to be good at analyzing and finding out a method of how an existing drug is made. Yes, the passage said that. They're good researchers of drugs. No, they're not good researchers. They're good copycats. So not B. They're good at carrying out experiments to create generic drugs. Again, they're not good at carrying out experiments. They're good at copying. They're able to carry out drug trials is not even mentioned in the passage. So the correct answer here is going to be option number A, that they were good at analyzing and finding out a method of how an existing drug is made. See, when you have questions which are asking you factual questions, right? What you should do, guys, is you should go to the passage and cross check. In exams such as SNAP, NMAT, and so on, the questions are fairly easy and fairly doable. All you need to do is go back, cross check from the passage, and mark your answers. The answers are very clearly listed there, right? It's only that you find it difficult. You don't want to go back and check, and that's where the problem lies. So always cross check. In CAT, when you're doing your RCs, the CAT options are generally paraphrases of the passage. Okay, so what they do is they paraphrase the passage. Now you have to look for the paraphrasing of the option in the passage. If you do that, you will be able to find your answers. So that is the trick here in CAT, that you find the paraphrasing of the options in the passage. That's going to be your answer 99.99% of the time. And that's how you solve your CAT RCs. Okay, so do make it, keep an eye out for that, and do make it sure that you are looking at these things. All right, also when you're reading a passage, what are the things that you need to keep in mind? So I'll just very quickly take you through that. Always the first line of the passage of any passage is very important, right? It tells you what is happening there. Okay, so that's very important. So every paragraph, when you read, okay, the first line is very, very important. It tells you something very important, so you pay attention to that. Okay, so pay attention to all the first lines and the last lines. They will always tell you important things. And if you notice, this first line gives you the answer to a question. This one doesn't, this one doesn't, but again, this one does, right? Where is it? What are they finding out from tissues of living adults? So you will be able to find your answers. Okay. So again, here also, question pockets are essentially the initial sentences of paragraphs. Okay. A question pocket, guys, is a place from where we make questions. So the first line, the last line, okay, these are important. Examples that are mentioned, data that is given, right? Any comparisons that are done, these are important question pockets. They give you place from where the teachers or from where the question maker will make the questions. So when you're reading, you must always pay attention to these. Okay, they will always help you. Okay, any names that are given, pay attention. Any contrasting conjunction is given, pay attention. Okay. All right, look at this last question. It says the pathologist Vemuganti started growing cornea in a petri dish by following procedures published in research papers, by inventing a totally new procedure, by experimenting with procedures published in journals, or by following the instructions of the transplant surgeon. What is the correct answer to this question? Let's take a moment and see. Question number 10. Let's see. We know that she was growing cornea in a petri dish. How did she start doing that? Again, was mentioned somewhere in the passage, isn't it? So, where was it mentioned? Guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, I've got one answer from Samrat. Says by following procedures published in research papers, by inventing a totally new, no, she did not invent a totally new procedure. By experimenting, very good, experimenting with procedures published in journals, yes, that's the correct answer. By following the instructions of the transplant surgeon, no. By following procedures, did she follow the procedures? There were no procedures that were published in research papers. She experimented with the procedures and then they found the best way. So correct answer will be option number C, and that's your correct answer. See, they developed a technique on their own from reading papers and running experiments. So they read papers and they ran experiments. So that's why experimenting with procedures published in journals. All right. So in the context of the passage, choose the correct set of meanings for the word platform and generic. What is a platform and what is the meaning of generic? Okay. What's the correct answer? Maria, the placenta was not even mentioned, bete. All right, guys, I'm waiting for your answer for this question very quickly. All right, so generic, of course, we know means what? Generic means something that is generally there for everyone, or it is without a brand name. So, therefore, I have two options that I can consider, option number C and option number D. Both say without a brand name. So, what is the meaning of platform? That's all I need to know. Is it a lab experiment or is it a methodology? So, correct answer, Shashwat says C, Samrat says D, Maria says, I'm waiting for your answers. Huh? Maria says C2. I'm waiting for your answers. If you were to go back to the passage, I'm sure you would be able to find the answer to this question very clearly. Generic we know means without a brand name. So there are only two choices that are there. Okay. Again, platform was also mentioned somewhere in the passage in the sixth paragraph or somewhere, and it referred to methodology and not lab experiments. So therefore, correct answer was D here and not C. Okay. So platform would be the way the methodology is involved or how the passage was made. So the correct answer is option number D. Let me quickly take a look and see how many people got this one right. No, it doesn't normally mean methodology. Please understand, Shashwat. This was it was a context that was there, right? So if you go back, let's go back to the passage. Here, Vemuganti's major innovation was developing a platform on which to grow corneas. Okay, so here the platform cannot really mean a lab experiment, right? So it is the process that you're following. So therefore, the methodology. How would I use it? Ideally, I would use a mode, not methodology, but that's okay. The nearest word would be methodology. How do you do that? Okay, what will be the process? Okay, all right. Well, guys, I hope today's session was helpful. Okay, like I promised at the beginning of this session today, I'm going to give you some home assignment also for you to read something. So I'm going to set out a reading assignment. Okay, and the reading assignment is very simple. All you need to do is look up Aeon essays. Okay, and within that read the very first article you are getting. Okay, first article that you find for this week, please read it. Maybe a longish article, but that's all right. A lot of passages in CAT come from Aeon essays, and that's why let's try reading it. We will start out by reading something, something, something. We'll be able to help ourselves become much better readers. Okay. All right. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope all of you have already liked the session and shared it. If you haven't, do make sure that you like it and share it with your friends and family for those who are going to be preparing. Also subscribe so that you get notification. Hit the bell icon. Thank you. Bye bye. I will see you next week, same time, same place.